What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Friday. It is July 5th. Hopefully, you guys are watching this video with every single digit on your hands, your toes, your face, everything. Hopefully, you guys had a safe and fun 4th of July. And hopefully, you have all 10 fingers and toes. But we are back. If you've never been here before, these videos are a little bit different. You can already tell by the length of the video. They're a little bit longer videos because we go in depth. We go through a lot of things that a lot of sites don't do. They just give you like 3 or 4 plays at each position or their top 5 plays at each position, and that is it. But we want to break it down a little bit more for you. We also have giveaways every single video. 2 giveaways to be exact every single video, and that is what I think makes us a little bit better and different than the other sites out there. We are the only site and YouTube channel that breaks it down as much as we do. And we also have these giveaways for you. They're free too. That's the thing. How do you win is what you're asking. Like the video, be a subscriber, and leave a comment on this video. If this video gets at least 50 likes, super easy, and you've left a comment, preferably a positive comment. I understand sometimes they're not always positive. You have a chance to win a free week of FTA+. Now, a week gets you a week of MLB, NASCAR, PGA, and MMA, which are the current sports that we offer. I've been thinking about dabbling in WNBA. I don't know if you guys play that. Let me know if you guys play WNBA. If you do, and possibility of adding it, but I'm not going to lie to you. If there's not enough interest, I'm not going to waste time with it, but I've been looking into it a little bit. Obviously with all the popularity and stuff like that. But looking into that, so I want to give an idea about that. So if this video gets 50 likes, you have a chance at a free week. 100 likes, a chance at a free $30 month. 150 or more likes, a chance at a $200 yearly pass. Or 200 or more likes, you have a chance at a lifetime pass. Now, yesterday's video got 100 likes on the dot. 100 likes on the dot. So you guys got it. And only one person disliked it, which I don't understand why people dislike the videos. I get it. I know why they do it. They are competitors. I already know. I can see. Anyway, you guys give yourself away. But that's one way to win. The second way to win, somewhere in this video, I'm going to give out a keyword. In that keyword, just listen for it. Then type that keyword so you have a chance to win twice every single day. We've never had the same person win twice the same day, but we've had multiple people win multiple days in a row, and we are going to run it right now just to see who the 2 winners are. So this will be the first one. This will be a free monthly pass due to getting 100 likes. Even if the keyword is in this, we're still going to re-roll it for the keyword. So Alabama Jones 901. Let's get this to 200 likes. I need that lifetime pass. That'll leave me some extra money for some boba tea. So you did have both, but congratulations. I believe this is the first time I've seen you ever win. I don't know if you have an account on the site. So if whatever, just like this video so I know you saw it, then email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp, the number 1@gmail.com to let me know you saw this video. And let me know if you have an account on the site. Let me know that. Or if you do not, tell me what username and email you would like, and we will get you set up for that free month. So congratulations, Alabama Jones. Now we're going to re-roll it. Have a chance to 1 out of 48 comments. There's 48 comments. The more comments, the more chances people have. But 48 comments on this video, you have a chance to win a free week on top of that. So you could win 5 weeks here instead of just 4. So congratulations, Alabama Jones, and we are going to roll it for the keyword here. Robert Warren, 4937, congratulations, you did have it. The keyword yesterday was boba, because I had boba tea or baba. I don't really know how you say it, but it's pretty damn good. So congratulations, both of you. Email me with your usernames on the site, or if you want, set up your username and email on both of the sites. So this video is a little bit longer. We've talked about that. But if you want to see a little bit abbreviated version, some of the plays that we like at each position are in this article right down below. So go check that out. The video, as always, is now sponsored exclusively by Outlier app, or outlier.bet is the website. We're going to look at it real quick. We love Outlier. You get they curate as all the great plays. So depending on what you want, you can look at the 2 markets. So you got MLB, and like I said, we got WNBA. So like WNBA, it just talks about how many people have failed to exceed. So this is wild. Skylar Diggins-Smith has failed to exceed 3 first quarter points in 4 of her last 5 games versus a top 5 defense for points allowed, 1.6. The defenses and the offenses in the WNBA are a little bit waxical, I should say. But, I mean, they curate all of these picks for you guys. MLB's obviously our bread and butter. That's what this video is for. But you can see, like, the Milwaukee Brewers are 16-7 against the spread in their last 23 games as an underdog 70% of the time. And it even gives you the best book that shows where to make the bets at. So, depending on what you want to look at, you can look at popular. So, it curates all the popular picks. So, the Boston at the Yankees, Boston money line, Judge over 1.5 bases, Devers over 1.5 bases, Juan Soto over 1 hit. If you add all of that up, you can even add that to your bet slip. So then it shows your bet slip, and you can look all the way through here. That is just one. They've just got, if you're into parlays, these are trending parlays. Then you can break it down game by game. You can look at each game. You can look at how they've done money line, and then dig into match details or public betting. You can see the public money line is on the Cubs, the spread is on the Cubs, and the under is on 69% of the bet. So a ton of information. Then you've got props. So depending on which props you want to go into. So, people love the long ball. Chicks dig the love ball. The long ball. We know this. Okay? Home runs. You want to go home run, apply. You can go over, under, whatever. You can change it to over because life's too short to bet the unders. Let's put it that way. So you can see Vladdy over 1 home run or half a home run. So 1 plus home run for today. On Fanduel, it's at plus 450. On DraftKings, it's plus 380. On Caesars, it's plus 410. On Underdog, and you can see all of the best odds. You can look at the best odds. You can then change it to that book and look at it. You can even dig in. How has he done against Luis Castillo in his career? 8 hits, or 8 at-bats, no home runs, okay? But versus right-handed pitching this year, you break it down a little bit. Batting .299 against right-handed pitching. Luis Castillo has struggled a little bit. You then look, he's got 10 home runs on 31 RBIs. 832 OPS, and only 16.8 K percentage there. So you can look at it all. Different ways to check everything out. You can look at all the props. So let's say you have a 5 or 10 player pool that you love today for DFS. You want to see how they do with sports betting. Well, you dig in, you click on them, then you can look at home runs, hits, runs, RBIs, total bases, stolen bases, everything. They have it all here. You can break it down. You can look at the odds. You can see his percentage. How many times out of the last 10 has he gotten at least over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs? 7 out of 10 times. Now, doesn't have the best track record against Castillo, but he's got great numbers against right-handed pitching. All of these are curated. You check it out. Over 1.5 for Vladdy. Add to my picks. It's probably what I'm going to do. This will be one of my picks that I choose. So we are using Outlier. Now, in the description of this video, there's a link to Outlier. If you click that link and use our link to sign up for the very first time, you're going to get 7-day free trial. If you like what you see and you want to continue, you can sign up for their monthly pass. There's 2 different ones. There's normal monthly, then there's pro monthly. Normal monthly, $20 for the month. Pro monthly, I think it's $129. Regardless which one you choose. If you pick one of them and sign up using our link, go through the 7-day free trial, and get into a paid subscription with them for a month. Email us with your username and screenshot that you're on there, and we will give you a free month of FTA Plus as well. So that's DFS and Outlier for $20. So go check it out, outlier.bet. Go download it on the App Store right now. Start winning with them and continue winning with us. Again, outlier.bet is the website. We're very excited to be an exclusive sponsor through the MLB season and cannot wait till the NFL season. That being said, we are going to dig into all of the games. We do have one game early that we cannot play. You can, but not on DFS, and we're not playing an all-day slate on FanDuel. So, Griffin Canning versus Justin Steele. We're not going to cover this game because we cannot play this. We do have 2 early games, for whatever reason early, but I do like them. So we've got Luis Severino versus Paul Skeens. Now, Severino has the 4th best matchup for strikeouts per pitcher. The Pirates strike out the most there. The 4th most, I should say. The Mets are not very good, and we know that Paul Skeens is a fantastic pitcher. The fact that he's priced under Sonny Gray is wild to me still. 206 ERA, home games 289, so a little bit worse at home and 1 start, so not a big deal. Game logs. I mean, we're getting 8+ strikeouts in almost every single game. Did have a bad game against San Francisco, get that, and then had 7 against Cincy. But he's still hitting all of those. The Mets are the Mets for a reason. They are striking. So if we look at what the Mets are doing overall, and I did forget to mention, towards the end of this video, we're going to give you the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you the top 10 bats after 10,000 simulations. Then we're going to give you the top 10 pitchers after 10,000 simulations. And after that, we're going to give you the top 10 batters that have the best 10 out of all of the batters that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. So that's towards the end of the video as well. So if we look at this, the Mets are striking out 8.06 times per game. Over their last 3, they're striking out 10.33. Their last 1, 10 times. And then on the road, they actually strike out more, 8.28. So we are looking at this. Paul Skeens, 8+ strikeouts would not surprise me whatsoever here. But then you've got Sevy on the other hand, going up against Pittsburgh. Like I said, they're actually the 4th most strikeout-prone team this year, 9.47 times per game. 3.42 ERA. He has already faced the Pittsburgh Pirates once this year. 6 innings, 1 run, no earned runs, 4 strikeouts. We look at that. He's pitching on the road. He does have a little bit worse ERA on the road. I don't know if I'll be using Sevy for DFS much, but again, I mean, it's an early 2-game slate. You've got 4 pitchers to go with. We're sure as hell not going with Corbin. So basically, this early slate, I'm looking at Skeens number 1, Sonny Gray number 2, and Severino number 3. That's what I would look at in this one. I would then stack the Cardinals, bats. But the problem is with Gray, though, there is a weather concern. So we might just have to go with Skeens and Sevy in this one. Stack the Cardinals. Really just depends. Arenado, Goldie, Burleson, Dylan Carlson would be the ones I'd look at. Pittsburgh bats, Brian Reynolds, maybe a little bit. There's not a ton that I love about this. I love the pitching a little bit more. I might do some sports betting over DFS in this early slate because, again, there's 2 games. One might have a weather concern, and I don't know how deep that weather's going to go. Let's check it out real quick. Oh, I didn't even know you were there, buddy. So kind of looking up at the weather, there's like 11% chance, so not a huge chance. So there's still, that's what I would look at. 2-game slate here, not using Corbin. Stacking the Cardinals is probably my favorite stack here. And then probably I would look at some of the Pitt bats against Sevy, but I do like Sevy here for strikeouts if we are sports betting. So that is the early slate, the 2-game early slate. And I apologize. I don't know if you guys can hear the laundry going. It's upstairs and around the corner. It's so loud to me that I thought the door was open, but it's not. So if it's in there, I do apologize. Maybe it's a little bit of ASMR for you. Probably not, though. But we do have the 12-game regular slate here. Starting off, Red Sox at the Yankees. Tanner Houck versus Nestor Cortez. Now, the Yankees have absolutely been reeling. They have not done well they start off very hot. They have been terrible their last games. Terrible. They're getting down early, then they're not winning these games. I don't know what's going on. It's wild. Did they play outside of what they're supposed to? Because at one point they were the hottest hitting team in the league. Best record, yada, 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 first to 50, blah, blah, blah. Red Sox were lower, but you know what? We kind of look at this. Nestor Cortez at home, and we've covered this multiple times. We'll look at Nestor Cortez. Where's his numbers? There. 3.51 ERA is not bad, not good, but not terrible. His home game, or his last game, a 6.23 ERA. His last 10 games, a 3.34. So been decent. But his home splits 184 compared to 563 at home or on the road. Then in Toronto, bad. At home, good. On the road, bad. Home, not good, but against the Dodgers. The Red Sox, has he faced the Red Sox this year? He has not faced them this year, but he's 4-7 on the year, 3.51 ERA. He's striking out 8.4 batters per 9, but he's also walking quite a bit too. I'm scared. So he at home is different than on the road. I get that. But the way that the Yankees just have not been giving run support scares me a little bit. If we are looking at batters for Boston against Cortez, Connor Wong batting 342 against lefties, I would definitely look at him. You got Tyler O'Neill, as long as he's healthy. He's got batting 348 there. Rob Refsnyder, I told use him the other day, and he did well. If he's in there, I would use him. Depending, Devers is another one. Devers, 255 against lefties. So not the best, but he just seems to feast on Yankees. So those would be the bats that I would look at there for them. But then you got Tanner Houck, 9,600, 268 ERA. Coming off a bad start against San Diego where he gave up 7 earned runs there. He has given up earned runs in all starts. The Yankees have been sputtering, though. That's what scares me. Then we see that he's really good on the road, 186 ERA on the road. I don't mind Tanner Houck here. He is expensive. If we are using Yankees bats, I mean, Judge and Soto are top 2. Ben Rice would be another one, be a cheap option if you're looking for if you're trying to find a Yankee stack there. He would be one that I would look at as well. Then, honestly, if Austin Wells is in there, I'm okay with Austin Wells. If it's Trevino, I'm probably not looking at Trevino. The problem is the Yankees are hitting into grounding and double plays astronomically, massively, too much. I love Houck here. I like a Red Sox stack, but again, Nestor at home is a different beast. But the way the Yankees have been going, I don't know if that's going to matter at all here. Next game, Tigers at the Reds. Reese Olson versus Carson Spires. Reese is up and down, 3.33 ERA, which is great. 3.32 on the road, or at home, 3.33 on the road. So basically, it doesn't matter if he's home or away. My problem is this is Great American Small Park. I get that. Coming off a great start there. Against Cincy, he has not faced Cincy this year. And I did forget to mention, we do have ballpark factors in. We're going to be putting it in the Discord, which the link is down below. This ballpark has the biggest odds with the heat and humidity and the wind blowing out for home runs at a plus 46% chance for home runs. I'm avoiding the pitching in this game. I'm looking at the bats in this game. If the weather, it's not ideal. Huge numbers here. Biggest chance for home runs out of every ballpark today. And if you want to see the charts, go check out our Discord. The link is in the description here. I post those in the MLB tab. We also put our core plays and some of our favorite stacks in there as well. You can also check everything out for $10 a week, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Monthly pass, $30. If you use the promo code YouTube, all one word, all capital letters, you'll get it for $19.99 for the first month. And if you want, we have a $200 yearly pass. If you use the promo code birthday, all one word, all capital letters, you'll get $100 off right now. We have 2 coupon codes left for that. If you can enter the coupon code for both of those and they go through, they're still active. If you go through and it's expired or says an error code, that means the 2 coupon codes have been used, and that is it for now. So that being said, we look at this. I'm looking at bats in this game. I want nothing to do with pitching because of how bad the weather or the wind is blowing out. I am scared to death to use any sort of pitching in this one. So we need to take a look at the bats that make sense. Obviously, Ellie De La Cruz is a big one. We know he's going to be a bat that we want to look at. And against Reese Olson, Candelario is 1 for 2 with a home run. Spencer Steer is 1 for 3 with a home run. Against righties this year, I would be using Ellie De La Cruz. I would be using Will Benson. I would be using Spencer Steer. And I would be using, if we're looking for a full stack, Candelario would be another one. Tigers bats against Spires, nothing much going on. But if we look at bats against right-handed pitching, Riley Green jumps out to me. I would use Riley Green. I would use Gio Urshela for a cheaper option there. I would use Colt Keith. And I would look at Jake Rogers if he's starting catcher there for me. So those are the pitchers that I'm not using. Those are the bats that I am using in this game. Then we got the Giants and the Guardians, which is wild because every single day it seems like we don't know who's going to be pitching for the Giants. And that's basically what it is. We can see where they think. They think it's going to be, let's see. Yeah, I mean, they don't think he's going to be in deep, but he did go 5 innings in that game against the Dodgers. Actually got the W in that one, had 3 strikeouts. Going up against Cleveland, I'm probably not using him. Right-handed pitching, I don't want anything to do with that. Cleveland bats that I would use, obviously Josh Naylor. I would use Jose Ramirez. I would use Andres Jimenez. Steven Kwan, now a all-star starter, batting 3. Whatever he's batting, he's leading AL in batting right now. I would look at him as well. maybe Daniel Schneemann, depending. Then do we want Bibby? Going against San Francisco. I don't mind Bibby. He has not faced San Francisco this year, but at home he does have a 4.36 ERA, so that does scare me. But 3 starts in a row he's done, or 4, pretty good. Those are on the road. Strikeouts there, 12 against Seattle, because again, Seattle strikes out a ton. I don't mind Bibby here. Is kind of expensive, but I will take exposure to some Tanner Bibby in this one. White Sox at the Marlins, Drew Thorpe versus Brian Hoeing. They kept moving Drew Thorpe back and back and back for whatever reason. And Brian Hoeing coming in off the IL. Hoeing here, 1.83 ERA, but again, he's an opener. He's not going into anything. He's been a starter playing in the past, but has been employed exclusively in relief. Aside from 1 inning start here, I don't trust him enough. I'm not using this game. I'm not even focused on this game here. Hoeing goes in for 1 inning, then it's the bullpen, then it would be bats. I'm just avoiding this game. I'm not using Hoeing at all. And then Drew Thorpe coming in, depending on what we've got out of him. 6 innings, his past 2 starts, done pretty decent. Going against Miami, but on the road he has been worse, but 3 starts. I would use Drew Thorpe in tournaments, but that's it. I'm not really using bats. I don't love this matchup here. Philly at the Braves, Nola, who has great numbers against them, 341, 269 batting average, versus Max Fried, who has done dominating stuff. But as you see, both of these guys they're going to be expensive pitchers. And I don't know if I want to use either of them. Both of these offenses can hit. Both of these offenses have hit against them before. Trey Turner's batting 355 in 31 at-bats against Max Fried with a home run. Castellanos is 4 for 8 with a home run. Alec Boehm is batting 200 against him. But Alec Boehm against lefties this year has 4 home runs and 21 RBIs. So I'm probably avoiding pitching in this one and looking at both sides. They're going to be very expensive bats, though. But the ones I would look at for Philly side would be Boehm, would be Edmundo Sosa. If he's in there, he's a cheap option. Castellanos, Trey Turner, maybe even Bryson Stott. Now, against Max Fried, the Braves bats against the Braves against Aaron Nola. Marcell Ozuna batting 278 with 18 home runs against right-handed pitching. Austin Riley, 276. I think he has got the really good numbers here. Seven home runs, 28 RBIs this year. Jared Kelenic batting 275, 8 home runs, 20 RBIs. Those would be the main ones that I'd look at. If Sean Murphy is in there for catching, I don't mind Sean Murphy. I will look at there, but probably avoiding pitching in this one just because I don't trust it. And the ballpark factors. It's hot, humid, and we know in the summer when it's hot and humid, the ball flies out of there. And currently the wind is blowing out. I'm avoiding this one here. Then we got the Rays at the Rangers. I believe it's Shane Baz starting. Or they think it is. Yeah, so this should have been Aaron Savali's spot, but he got traded. So we haven't seen anything out of him. He has not pitched this year. He's going up against Texas. I don't know. Tournament-wise, okay. I'm okay with him. Michael Lorenzen, got a 3.40 ERA. Splits-wise has not faced Tampa Bay this year. Coming off not really good start. He hasn't really done much lately. Let's put it that way. He hasn't done much since against the Dodgers where he had 2 strikeouts. Strikeouts are low. I'm probably avoiding this game. Until we know it's Shane actually pitching for Tampa Bay, Texas bats, we can't look at them. But when everything is said and done, when all of the pitchers are announced, we know that is when the updated simulations will be out. That is when the updated batter splits, the updated projections, and the cheat sheet, all of that will be updated. So in this game, we are avoiding this game right now. Just got to wait till the pitching comes out. Royals at the Rockies, Cole Reagans versus Kyle Freeland. I am avoiding this game DFS-wise for pitching. You could, I guess, go with Cole Reagans, who has the 3rd best matchup for strikeouts because Colorado strikes out. Actually, 5th now. Colorado, it goes Seattle, Oakland, Boston, Pittsburgh, Colorado. Colorado striking out 9.4 times per game, 8.9 at home. So, but it is Coors. That does scare me a little bit. So slow down. I think we'd rather just go bats. So they're going to be very expensive bats. I completely understand. But Kansas City bats against Freeland, anyone who's had success. Michael Garcia's got a home run. Hunter Renfroe has a home run. And that's basically it there. But the bats that I love here. A cheap catching option today, if he's in, is Freddie Fermin batting 348 against lefties this year. If we're looking at more, we've got Salvador Perez batting 290 against lefties. We've got Bobby Witt Jr. batting 321 against lefties. We've got Michael Massey, I believe, had a home run yesterday, batting 250 or 286 with 2 home runs. Those are the bats that I'd look at. Hunter Renfroe, if he's in there, somehow is batting only 186 against lefties, where he's supposed to be a lefty killer. He has had success against Freeland. I do not mind a Kansas City stack there. Colorado bats, I mean, if we're just looking at against lefties, Jacob Stallings batting 350, Ryan McMahon batting 306. You've got Charlie Blackmon batting 294, Hunter Goodman 216 with 4 home runs. Those I don't mind, but I don't know how much exposure I'll have. I have a little bit of exposure to Cole Reagans, at least in the strikeout game on FanDuel, where you have no salary restriction, just 3 pitchers. I will look at Cole Reagans. Freeland, I don't want anything to do with. I will stack the Royals. But yeah, probably where I go in this game. Astros at the Twins is next. You got Sean Dubin versus Pablo Lopez. Dubin coming in. I believe it's opener. Yeah, he's not going deep in games. You're not using him. It's going to be the bullpen, which sucks. He also has a 4.91 ERA. Then you come in, and we see that Pablo Lopez is the 3rd highest priced pitcher on the slate. Has an elevated ERA of 4.88. Home games, he's got a 5.14 ERA. He has faced Houston once this year. 7 innings, 1 earned run, 6 Ks. Now, if we look at that, when was it? It was 5:31, so Houston started to turn things around. Tournaments, Pablo Lopez I'm okay with. I don't love it because I do not trust him. His numbers are up there. The Astros have been hitting better lately. They've been doing better things. They're not struggling as much as they were. Against Lopez, Alex Bregman has 1 home run against him, and that's the only starter that has a home run. But if we look at the numbers against righties, Salazar batting 364 and 11 plate appearances, probably not playing. Altuve batting 299 with 10 home runs against righties. That is definitely one we could look at. Bregman batting 269 with 7 home runs. Yordan batting 274 with 14 home runs. John Singleton 255 with 5 home runs. Those would be the bats that I would look at here against Pablo Lopez if we're not going Pablo Lopez. Minnesota bats here. No one's faced Dubin. Carlos Correa against his former team, 316 batting average. Jose Miranda batting 344 with 6 home runs against right-handed pitching. That is another one I would look at. Depending on what else we're seeing, Trevor Larnach batting 248 with 8 home runs. Those would be the Twins bats that I'd look at. That's probably all I do here. Again, going to be a bullpen game. He maybe goes 3 innings, maybe goes 4, maybe. You're not going to get the extra points for the dub. That's the problem. So I'm probably avoiding pitching in this one completely. Just look at those bats. Orioles at the Oakland Athletics. We've got Albert Suarez versus Hogan Harris. Now, Suarez has the second best matchup for strikeouts. Oakland strikes out 9.63 times per game, and at home they strike out 8.89. They have last 3 though, they've only struck out 5.67 times per game, and their last 1 5. So it's been a little weird. So Suarez coming in, depending 7,600, 243 ERA, had already faced Oakland once this year, only lasted 4 innings and gave up 4 earned runs, but did have 6 strikeouts in that game. That's weird. Like, that's an odd stat line for him. It was back in April 28th. Maybe he wasn't, it's the start of his little decline down. Oakland was, he started up pretty hot and then just started going down. Tournaments, maybe Suarez because Oakland's so bad, but they haven't been striking out lately, which is weird. I think people might see that, and I don't know. I'm not going with that. And then Hogan Harris. I'm not using Hogan Harris against the Orioles. I'm using the Orioles bats here, and I'm not afraid to say that. Like, you should not be afraid to say that either. The bats that I would look at here against lefties, Adley Rutschman batting 400 with 6 bombs against lefties and 105 at-bats this year. Great numbers. Ryan Mountcastle's another one I would look at. Austin Hayes, if he's in there, would be a tournament option. Santander is another one I would look at for sure. And then Gunnar Henderson is another one. So Suarez for tournaments and maybe the pitching, the pitchers be crazy segment, I'm okay with. But I'm probably off of Suarez for DFS, and I'm looking at Baltimore. Just the bats, though. Nothing else. Then the keyword of the day is doggo. Now, why is it doggo? Because my dog has not left my side since 2 nights ago. Because the fireworks are scaring him. Then, that is why it's the keyword. Doggos. Let me know. If you got doggos, let me know. Anyway, Arizona Diamondbacks at San Diego Padres. Slate Ciccone versus Randy Vasquez. Now, we look at Ciccone. We've used him a couple of times this year. And we look at his numbers. He comes in. Nothing. 5.81 ERA. Nothing jumps out. It's like, oh, let's use him. Splits-wise, 11.65 at home. Away, 3.35. He's already faced San Diego twice this year. 8.2 innings, given up 9 earned runs. I want nothing to do with Ciccone. I am looking at the Padres bats here because they've already seen him and he's not fared well. He's only given up 2 home runs, one to Higashioka and one to Jake Cronenworth. But against right-handed pitching this year, the bats that I would use, Luis Arraez batting .330 with 2 home runs. Not a huge home run hitter, but 2 home runs. Doesn't have a ton of RBIs, but he gets on base and can be hit in. Those are fantasy points. Jake Cronenworth batting .284, already has a home run against him with 11 home runs on the year. Ha-Seong Kim has 7 home runs. Manny Machado has 7 home runs. Jackson Merrill, .327, 8 home runs against right-handed pitching. Those are the San Diego bats that I would use. Then we look at Randy Vasquez. Now, second lowest price pitcher, .488. Splits-wise, already faced Arizona this year. 6.2 innings, so did go deep in games. Strikeouts weren't there. 3 earned runs. Not a ton there. And it happened at home, and now they're at home yet again. You look at his splits at home, .355. So he has been better at home, but he's not averaging enough that you would use him at all. The bats that I would use for Arizona, Gabriel Moreno. He's got a home run against him. Eugenio Suarez has a home run against him. But then you got Jock Peterson batting .294 against right-handed pitching with 11 home runs. You've got Christian Walker, who's been absolutely on fire right now. .268 batting average, but 18 home runs against right-handed pitching this year. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. batting .228 with 7 home runs. Eugenio Suarez has 5 home runs. These are the bats that I would use. You could look at a little bit of Corbin Carroll as well. .213 batting average against them with only 1 home run. A little bit slower, but that is what I would use. I'm not using pitching in this one. I like Padres bats more, but I'll have exposure to both. Next game, Blue Jays at the Mariners. Got Kevin Gausman versus Luis Castillo. We already talked about kind of Luis Castillo with Vladdy because we looked at Outlier.bet. If you have not checked them out yet, pause this video, go download Outlier.bet using the link in the description. Sign up, get your 7 days free trial, get a monthly pass, get a free month of FTA+. But the Mariners strike out the most out of any team this year. 10.25 times per game. Their last 3, they've averaged 11.67. Their last 1, 11. And at home, they're striking out 10.38 times per game. Kevin Gausman for strikeouts. That is what I would look at for a sports bet. Now, that is another callback to Outlier and where we would like to use them and where we would like to see. So if we go here, let's go right here, propositions. Let's go pitcher strikeouts. Where did I miss it? There it is, pitcher strikeouts. Players. Go Kevin, and I love just the UI and the way just to navigate through. We can look at it. So you want to go over 7 strikeouts is -119 on Price Picks. That's what you've got. So depending on what you want to look at, you can go through here over 6.5. You can tease the spread. You can check that out. So you can go Kevin Gausman. Let's go into this one. You want to check out his last 10 games. 10 strikeouts against Detroit. 10 strikeouts against Oakland. 7 against the Yankees. His last 10, 30% of the time, he's hit at least 6.5. But he has a fantastic matchup. So you can go head to head. Versus Seattle last year had 13 strikeouts. Versus Seattle last year in July, 9 strikeouts. Seattle was striking out only 9.9 times per game last year. That is now jumped up to 10.25. So almost a full point there. They're striking out more. I love that here. I love this matchup for him. You can add this to your pick. That is another callback to Outlier. Go check them out. It helps out the channel. It helps out you guys. It helps out the world. So that being said, Kevin Gausman, I love here. Luis Castillo, I don't know, but I don't know. I have both of these guys in my season-long league. Splits-wise, his faced Toronto this year. Gave up 9 hits, got the loss, only went 5 innings, 4 earned runs in that game. Game logs, it's been down lately. It's been a minute since he's had a good game. I'm probably off of him. I love Vladdy here. For Toronto, Ernie Clement could be a cheap option. Spencer Horowitz would be a cheap option there. Those would be the ones I'd look at. I'm not looking at Castillo. I'm looking at Gausman and a little bit of the Toronto bats. I just think that the Mariners scare me too much. Then we got the Brewers at the Dodgers. You got Aaron Savale versus Tyler Oppenheimer Glasnow, who let us down last time. This is what I'll tell you. We are different than other DFS providers because we will tell you when we're wrong. They will literally delete their videos, delete their tweets, and not respond to people. I was wrong. I mean, he had a fantastic matchup against San Francisco in a massive ballpark and crapped the bed. Only lasted 3 innings. They pulled him 5 earned runs. But comes in against Milwaukee, not having faced Milwaukee this year. Okay? Has not faced Milwaukee this year. But we look at this. They really haven't seen much of him. Milwaukee against right-handed pitching, they don't do the best. Like Bryce Teranga, 6 home runs, batting .295. Jackson Chourio, .271 with 8 home runs. Sal Frelick, if he's under .272 batting average. Christian Yelich, batting .340. And then William Contreras, .285 with 8 home runs. If you want to use a Milwaukee stack against Glasnow, I'm not going to say no because we saw him get lit up last time. His splits, though, at home, he's got a .321, so just a little bit better. I think Glasnow is expensive, $10,800, very expensive, most expensive on the slate. And if you guys have been with us and you've been in our Discord, you know that we have been burned a lot by 10,000 plus pitchers. I might be off a glass now here. Now, he could have a great start. I get that. He's got great numbers. He's a fantastic pitcher when he's healthy. I'm scared of this one. I don't mind a Milwaukee stack there. Then the Dodgers bats. None have really seen Aaron Savali much. Teoscar Hernandez got 1 home run. That's it. But against right-handed pitching, Dodgers bats. Freddie Freeman batting .332 with 10 bombs. I would look at him. Miguel Rojas batting .308 with 1 home run. Teoscar Hernandez with 11 home runs. Shohei Ohtani, .329 batting average with 21 home runs. Those would be the Dodgers bats that I would use. In theory, I'm probably fading this game pitching-wise and looking for those late-night hammers in those lineups and using just bats there. And that's it. That's the breakdown. All of the games that we looked at, all of the batters, all of the pitchers, outlier, everything. Now, the pitches be crazy is here. And we've already covered it, but these are the top 5 pitchers versus pitches be crazy. Number 1 is Kevin Gausman at Seattle. Number 2 is Albert Suarez at Oakland. Number 3 is Nestor Cortez versus Boston. Number 4 is Luis Severino at Pittsburgh. And number 5, we've got Cole Reagans at Coors, which does scare me a little bit, so I don't know if I'll be using him much. But those are the top 5 pitchers against the teams that strike out the most this year. It doesn't always translate to just those guys, but those are on here. I know Skeens and Severino won't be on this list because they're early games. So you have to find 2 other ones, which we will have some information in the Discord channel, so definitely go check that out. But we are looking at the top 10 batters after 10,000 simulations. Number 1, Bobby Witt Jr. Number 2, Alec Burleson. 3, Elly De La Cruz. 4, Shohei. 5, Vinny Pasquantino. 6, Aaron Judge. 7, Jose Ramirez. 8, Jazz Chisholm. 9, Adley Rutschman. And 10 is Michael Garcia. If you want to see all of the batters, that is part of FTA Plus under the MLB tab. You can see the simulation models, player projections, so on and so forth. The batters with a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. Bobby Witt Jr., Burleson. Number 3 is Vinny Pasquantino. 4 is Adley Rutschman. 5, Ketel Marte. 6, Juan Soto. 7, Seiya Suzuki. 8, Gunnar Henderson. 9, Jock Peterson. And number 10 is Christian Walker. Now, after 10,000 simulations, the top 10 pitchers are as follows. And I don't agree with all of them. That's why they will change. Number 1, Tyler Glasnow. I don't know about that. I might be avoiding that one. Number 2 is Skeens. Number 3 is Cole Reagans. Number 4 is Tanner Bibby. 5, Sonny Gray. 6, Justin Steele. 7, Pablo Lopez. 8, Aaron Nola. 9, Nestor Cortez. And number 10 is Kevin Gausman. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful and useful. They are longer videos, but the more you watch them, the more you help out the channel. Clicking on the ads on these videos helps. Clicking the links in the description help. Going to the website helps out more than you know. That's what I've got for you. We'll have a video tomorrow. I will be going to the lake again for the last time before the baby comes. So all of the information we're going to have, the video will be put out sometime tonight. And then